Everyone, my name is Lisa McCaley, and I'm one of the professional development educators from the Children's Environmental Literacy Foundation, also known as SELF. I work out of the New York office, and I'm presenting today with my colleague Amanda.
Hi everyone, I'm here reporting from Houston, Texas.
We want to thank the North American Association of Environmental Educators for giving us the opportunity to share SELF's work with you, and we thank you for attending our Bright Spot. Our presentation today is Keeping Environmental Literacy Relevant in a Virtual Setting. And I'm going to hand it over to Amanda to talk a little bit about SELF's mission.
Thank you, Lisa. At the Children's Environmental Literacy Foundation, our mission is to integrate sustainability in the K-12 experience.
And over the past 17 years, SELF has grown, and in 2019, we opened up an office in Houston, Texas.
And I just want to mention that we are an organization, a small organization of only 8 individuals. So reaching 1 million students is amazing.
Yep. And this is just a really short video of an overview of SELF's work.
Vicki Gruffy, Director of Education at the Children's Environmental Literacy Foundation. So if everybody could point to where I am in your box. This will not be another webinar. Hearing from speakers in the fields, teachers that are practicing sustainability in their classrooms, and network with your peers, colleagues, field experts.
The importance of mindfulness and social emotional learning.
Social equity in the lens of environmental justice with systems thinking, using various digital ed tools.
I just love the tools that you showed us. I've embraced the whole Padlet thing. I'm totally in love with Padlet.
Slido, Flipgrid, Padlet, data collection tools and methods of crowdsourcing, and also some great ideas for how to empower student action.
A lot of teachers would love to take their students outside, and they're not really sure how.
You know, whether they're 5, 8, 13, 17, they all can make a difference, and they all need to be a part, working together. It's not just one little town, it's the whole world.
I'm just realizing how important it is, and there's so many connections and ways to talk about environmental justice throughout my curriculum. So I'm a history teacher. God, I'm going on 8 years now, all different socioeconomic areas in teaching. We love children, and our goal is to improve and have humanity progress, especially around really sensitive topics, really being careful in the language that we're using that doesn't enable or oppress.
After listening to the speakers yesterday, I just started to think, what type of outreach could we do as a school to incorporate some students from neighboring districts that might not have the same opportunities?
Sometimes it's okay to push the boundaries, especially if it's in the true benefit of the student.
What we heard from some of the speakers has been really inspiring. This is our next step for racial equality and for justice, the environmental component, because people have to be healthy before they can stand up for themselves. And that's our piece of the puzzle.
So that's our new video, hot off the presses, about our virtual summer institute, our very first virtual summer institute this year.
And it warms my heart to hear the testimonials from several educators we were able to get to know over those professional learning experiences. And it's great to hear how all the hard work will make the transition for these educators easier. So at SELF, we find relationship building really important, and we quite enjoy going to campuses and meeting students as well as working with teachers. So like everyone else, with the changing landscape in education, we had to refine what the meaning of a campus visit looks like. What does that look like in a virtual setting? So from there, we decided that we were going to focus on co-teaching and facilitating lessons virtually, and we have been invited from various teachers to help facilitate that learning. We've also supported teachers through instructional coaching sessions where we acted as thought partners to support teachers in student-driven projects. So in addition, we thought, how can we establish a program that supports parents? Because parents are now in this new world of emergency education instruction back in March. And so the self-organization here in Houston created a family nature challenge that was geared towards getting families together in nature and kind of learning more about their green space in their city. We focused on the big ideas of sustainability. So we picked the 3 big ideas that spoke to us the most, that aligned with our goals of that program. And those 3 were place, diversity, and ability to make a difference.
And those are 3 of the big ideas of sustainability. And the big ideas of sustainability are the meat and potatoes of our organization and the way that we continually encourage and promote classroom activities and professional learning institutes. These 12 ideas are very easy to scaffold into your learning units, lessons, and they lead to the 3 E's, which is economic vitality, social equity, and environmental integrity. And while these big ideas correlate to the cross-cutting concepts in the next generation science standards, they also go beyond the science classroom and can be incorporated into any discipline.
And I love the big ideas of sustainability. As a former middle school science teacher, I look at this poster and I see various ways that I can implement a sustainability lens on a state standard that I'm already focusing on. So for instance, place, that is something that you already learn about and within school and specifically within middle school science. And I just try put a sustainability lens on that, and then they're learning a whole new concept that will be valuable for the future.
So true. And one of the ways that SELF has incorporated all 3 E's is our Inquiry to Action civic science program, which is focused on air quality. And we've done professional learning workshops that support the implementation of a project-based learning module that connects students to real-world challenges in their neighborhoods. And in this Inquiry to Action model, students are collecting data and coming up with solutions and innovations to air quality issues that they see in their neighborhoods. And we've had students say things like, we're not just reading other people's research, we're contributing to that research. We're collecting data out there in the field, and these are our numbers.
And I love that quote because that speaks to my teacher heart, and it shows that through this program, we can empower students and show them that their voice and all their hard work does make a difference and can make a difference in their community and their future.
Yes, and it addresses all kinds of issues of equity and social justice as well. And one of the great things is that at the end of this, students actually get to present their findings to each other during our student symposium.
I'm so glad you brought the Student Symposium up. Student Symposium is an opportunity that we host at SELF for students to speak truth to power. So they've spent the whole entire year looking at specific environmental literacy project within their community, understanding that there are inequities, like Lisa mentioned, and what they take all that data in, they collect the data, they analyze the data, and then they come up with a narrative and a way to present that information to policy leaders, community partners, decision makers within their community, within their city. And it shows them that they can make a difference where they live. It's a very empowering experience for students, and it's grounded in civic action.
We want to thank you for spending a part of your time at this conference with SELF, and we appreciate your support and welcome collaboration. We hope that you follow us on social media and become a part of our sustainability educator village. And this is Amanda and myself. This is our email, and please feel free to stay in touch. We look forward to hearing from you. So
thank you, everyone.